Hello students, my name is Dr. Langah. I'm Associate Professor of English at Department of English, Forman Christian College, University. So I'm here to introduce you to ENGL 315 or Poetry 1 course. The prerequisite is ENGL 201, Introduction to Literature. Now this is quite an important course because it's a core course for students who aim to major in English literature. There were 4 major historical periods of English literature, and these includes the Renaissance or Reformation period, the Enlightenment or Neoclassical period, the Romantic period, and the Victorian period overlapping with the 19th century. The poets that we are going to study during this course they include Shakespeare, Spenser, Swift, Dryden, Wordsworth, Keats, Bronte, Browning, Hardy, and Doyle, and we are going to plan the final research paper basing poetry as our primary research. The objectives of this course include studying selected verses from all these historical periods that we've been studying, that we'll study in this course, in order to understand the evolving poetic styles that these various poets have been using, and also understanding stylistic techniques that they use in a particular historical context. For learning outcomes, it is quite important for us to understand the poetic styles and expressions in these various literary genres. The cultural context is very important because it gives you a base for analyzing poetry. Deciphering complex meanings in poetry through the use of literary terms and literary strategies will be a quite important part of our discussion. And finally, our overarching aim is to produce a research paper using poetry as a primary source. So the teaching strategies that I'm going to use for this course involve, in terms of delivery, I'll be using lectures, formal lectures and presentations, but I would also like to engage the class in discussions, and so that they don't purely rely on the information delivered through the lecture, but I also try to engage in debate and analysis and critical thinking, to be able to synthesize information and develop their own critical perspective through the course. And finally, in terms of writing, our focus is going to be on preparing critical appreciations of the poems that we discussed during this course, presenting a comparative analysis of more than one poem, and writing a research paper using poetry as your primary source.